And like just to tie the two things together, like I think part of the reason why I don't like taking advice in general, um, it's so different when it's solicited, like when I ask for someone's opinion. But even when it's someone who I do admire, I just struggle with advice because the advice rarely seems to consider my limitations as a disabled creator, limitations as like a creator who was only 2 months ago unhoused, right? And has a limited income and limited energy because of those things. There's a lot of my focus right now that is on just the basic health and general upkeep of my life in general. And so even when advice comes from a good place, and I could tell it would be great advice for another person, sometimes it doesn't do shit for me. Right. And I'll take everything under advisement. And if if my situation shifts and it does suddenly become something that I do have access to use, there's stuff that I'm implementing that I got it as advice a long time ago. But I'm also like really trying to trust my inner guidance and my intuition about things because um, I tend to have really intricate plans, and it's really other people's meddling that tends to cause them to fall apart more often than not. But sometimes, most of the times, it's poor impulse control. I'm never gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a poor impulse control. Would love advice on that. But I think it's like this feeling that like someone has a better understanding of my situation than me, and especially like when it's like a completely one-sided situation, like I don't have any input or ability to really speak to why that advice sucks. And again, this is more of like a platform thing, but even in real life, if I'm not able to like advocate for myself, like if that gets shut down and called like, oh, don't make excuses or something like that, it just gets to a very like sticky place where I really at that point want to get aggressive because if the advice that you are giving me does not like reflect the like world that I'm actually living in, like why the fuck are you giving me advice? Like, if you don't care that I cannot, I like not that I don't want to, that I cannot action the advice that you're giving, why are you doing this? Cuz I didn't ask, you know? Big difference again because people I don't know because I do like sometimes there are creators who are doing things in amazing ways, but I often find that like a person who is doing cool shit, I don't need advice from them. I just watch the way they work and I'm inspired to apply it to my own situation the best way I can. So it's really frustrating, especially like if it like comes up again and again. Because it's like, bitch, if I didn't follow your advice the first time, I'm just not trying to call you a fucking slur to your face. Like one of them polite derogatory slurs type shit. I be trying to say it as politely as possible that like I don't really want a lot of input. Because the type of um, advice I need is really intimate. I get inspiration from everywhere, but like I typically really struggle with taking advice um, when it's not asked for. Now it's another thing all entirely when it's like I don't feel like doing anything, and you want to like or like there's some aspect of my life where I've like mentioned that I like struggle with, and then you just do it for me, or like you create like a solution where um I don't have to do it, and then there's like less work for me on my plate, because that's amazing. If you want to offer to help, that's a different story. But I am often not helped by advice. Often it infuriates me because it reminds me of my physical and mental limitations, and I don't like being disabled. Like right now, I got all this fluid like filter into my feet because of this new medication. Maybe I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I don't know fucking know what's wrong with my body. But if somebody was like, "Well, all you need to do is read a novel. All you need to do is create an Excel spreadsheet." I don't have a fucking computer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so pissed. I get so pissed.